Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's June 28th, 2024. There's a project I'm going to be working on down here, and I'll be sharing the progress as time goes on. It's starting to get to the dry season. We've already had much less rain than what we need here on the property, and that's caused the pond levels to start to drop and all. Now, going back 2 years ago, in October of 2022, I posted a video where I made some changes over here to this part of the property. I made the changes only as far as my excavator could reach, closer than that little clump of reeds right there. So what I did do, all right, so before this, this was all forested area. The beaver have taken down all of the trees, and we'll walk around in there, except for these two maples here. This one I think is going to survive, and so we'll make sure that that one stays. I'm going to try and keep this one as well. Even these dead ones I'm going to keep up. I want the wildlife, so the osprey roost here, the herons may create a little rookery over here as well. I just don't know yet. But the water level has dropped an awful lot, and the beaver had dammed up my spillway here. And I've been managing this spillway, trying to maintain the water in here, but keep the roads from getting washed out. And so let me just say this about the beaver. We love the beaver. They have done so much for our property and for the ecosystems around here. They're so beneficial. I've made videos on the beavers, and that's super important to us, is maintaining the beavers here. We have a couple of beaver dams right up here and another beaver dam over here, and the beaver families have been enjoying and changed our whole ecosystem here tremendously. So they're really, really beneficial. But over here was one vernal pool right over in that area that the beaver have modified and turned into somewhat of a pond. And there's two more vernal pools up on the other side, and we'll look at that in a couple of minutes. But what I'm going to be doing, since we're going into the dry season, is I'm going to be removing some of this dam wall that the beaver put in right here. I'm going to be trying to lower this water gradually and see what the canal system is, because I mentioned October of 2022, I came through and made a canal down in here. And this canal would allow the other amphibians and reptiles to reproduce and to inhabit this area. And we planted swamp white oaks all in here. There's horseradish in here. These are gooseberry plants as well, but the weeds have really taken over somewhat. But one of the things the beaver did do is they opened up a section right up here. We'll go up here in a minute. The beaver are still coming over here. They're still harvesting wood from here and bringing it down in this direction here to the lowest beaver dam. We'll walk over here for a minute. So this is the lower beaver pond here. This is the beaver dam that I put a road in next to the beaver dam. And I had a road going right up over through this area as well. And what the beaver did last fall is they dug out my roadway here, and they made it a thoroughfare to open up the area and dammed up the area that I'll be opening up some. They can have it back when I'm done with it. I just want to gather some of the soil from over there and make this a better pond for the beaver, for the wildlife. Leave as many trees as possible. They've got a lot of trees that are down over here that I'm going to remove some of them, but I'm going to leave the rest in case they decide to make another lodge over in this area. I don't know that they will, but I can't predict what the beaver will do. So by lowering this water level, we'll see, and there's lots of fish in here now. Oh, I should mention, so a vernal pool dries up during the dry season, and it's very important. These forest vernal pools, they're very important for various toads, frogs, salamanders to reproduce and it maintain adequate levels. But when fish are in there, which the fish are in here now since the beaver opened up the canal system to the lower beaver pond, there's fish in this area. So this is going to be more of a pond instead of a simple canal, and we'll still maintain our vernal pools up above, up there. So the vernal pools are also important. The beaver ponds are very important as well. This ends up being one of the lowest parts on our property, and there's lots of sand in here, and I harvest some of the sand from this area. There's also good, since this is all downhill from the rest of the property, really nice sediment on top of the sand over there as well. So I'll be gathering some of that material up. But when I open this up over here, I'll come down today and open up some of that, the dam there. And I'll just try to lower the water gradually. Then I'll come down another day, lower it down a little bit more, and make sure I've got enough depth in this canal system that can support all of the fish and the rest of the inhabitants in this area. I don't want to let any creatures die as a result of what we're doing. But I'll be approaching from the other side over there, and removing a lot of the limbs and materials bit by bit, and then see if I can make my way out, put some soil around where I want to protect the islands where the trees are. Hopefully we'll be able to save a couple of those. The rest that are dead out here that seem like good wood, we'll leave those for the other inhabitants here. The poplars, the beaver have all taken down over there. They're all down now. And I think that they've pretty much taken what they want out of this area. And we'll go over to the backside here in just a moment. So this water level is down about 2 feet right now, as we're into the drier season. And I did patch up the opening that they made between the lower beaver pond and the canal. And so when I harvest soil from here, if it's gravel-like, that'll go into the roadways. And I'll try to build up little berms around the sides here, so to try and keep the roads from getting flooded out, so we can just manage the spillway where I'm hoping that they continue to build more dams. And of course the winds have taken down some of these trees. We got some hangers here. And we'll come around to the back side. This was all very thick last year and the year before when I came down here and put in these little roadways down in here. So the beaver have made their channels right in here. So these are all beaver channels that they've created, and so we'll try to utilize those and just make sure that we'll just deepen their channels basically and harvest some of the soil from the area. Maintained our high ground spots as well. So all of this material here, they just excavated out and built up their dam walls and secured them pretty nicely. So that's a tree, the big one there, that I want to try and save. This one probably isn't going to survive so much of the root mass is underwater. It's going to go anaerobic. And the rest of these ones are already dead, except for this one will be dead soon because they've girdled the tree as well. And they come through and they girdle them. They remove all of the bark and the cambium layer, so the circulatory system's gone. So they're destined to die. So we'll do some cleaning up around in here. Let's see if we can make our way in, make the pond a little bit bigger, a little bit deeper over there, gradually bring some channels up into this area over in there as well, so the beaver can have places to work and work their way up into this area and harvest what they want as well. And we'll probably plant more willows, and the poplars all show up by themselves. But this is all of these are the trees that they've gone ahead and taken down. And most of these are all ash right in here. So, and they've used that for last winter. So by lowering the water level over there some, we can dry this up a little bit so I can get in here and work during the dry season. And there's 2 vernal pools over in that area, and I've got 2 rows, and they've dropped more trees than that they're hauling out, so, but they've stopped working over here. So that's what I'm going to be working on over here. I just wanted to share this. We don't want to destroy any of the habitat for the beaver. We want to enhance their opportunity to expand and do what they're going to do. With respect to the township and our neighbors and all, we're going to be very careful not to make larger areas, building up higher walls, which will flood neighbors and that sort of thing. But if they want to expand more on our lower areas that isn't going to affect our neighbors, absolutely fantastic. They can do more to recharge the aquifer as well. So we're real happy with working with the beavers, recognizing what their potential needs are, and also capitalizing. There's good soil in here that we can use on other parts of the property, and good sand. Potentially, we'll use that as we can. So, taking material from one location and using it in other locations. Nothing here will go to waste. Everything here will be reutilized and put back into the soil and not be put up into the atmosphere. So just wanted to share, this is the plan. These are the things we're going to be working on. It's going to take time, and it's really dependent on the weather. And we'll move at this step by step, not to be too aggressive. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Take care now. Bye-bye.